Hi guys, it's me, Erica Jacobson, and today I'm doing a pet peeves video. But before you go into the comments and are like, "Oh my gosh, she's so grumpy all the time," I'm not grumpy all the time. These are just pet peeves that bother me. I don't know why, so let's just begin. First, pet peeve is people who are like hypocrites. So, for example, like people be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm never mean. I never do that." And then they do that thing. It's like, okay, you said you don't do it, so why do you do it? It bothers me so much. I hate hypocrites. Hate people who are like. For anyone that's in school, you'll understand what I'm about to say. So when you ask the, it happens all the time. Everyone always talks about it. When you go up to your teacher, you're like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And they're like, "I don't know. Can you?" It's like, okay, I asked if I can go to the bathroom, not for a grammar speech. Like, please, that's the only thing I ask you. You don't need to be a grammar Nazi and I don't know. Number three is a very common pet peeve for people. Is when people chew with their mouths open. It's gross. Like no one wants to see that in your mouth. They don't care if it's on the plate, but no one wants to see you going like it's good. My brother, when he eats cereal, he does it all the time, and I tell him to stop, or I get so angry because like keep your mouth closed. It's not that hard to chew with your mouth closed. Um, Number four is picky eaters. Now I'm not saying like not all picky eaters, like because like there's some foods that like you don't really want to be touched, or there's some foods that a lot of people don't like. I'm not saying that if you don't like food, you're automatically picky. Like I don't like some foods, but there's like some people when they have their food touching like by that much they freak out and like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not eating this because it's, oh my gosh, I can't handle it." I'm like, I think you can have like your pork with your mashed potatoes because that's a common thing. Not saying that you have to have it all mixed up like a soup or anything, but if you're gonna be picky, at least don't be a jerk about it. Like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna eat it." Number five is, so this happens to me every time in my room, and like someone comes in and then they just start talking. I'm like, "Okay, bye," and then they don't close the door fully. Like it's not that hard to close the door. They either have like that much or like the whole entire door open. I'm like, and they had their hand on the doorknob, so it's like, why couldn't you just close it instead of, I don't know, leaving it open? Because then I don't know. It's a common pet peeve again. Number six bothers me so much is when people show off or think that they're the best of the best. So I'm in like seventh grade, so we get to go to the weight room for about 40 minutes in our gym time, and so there was this girl. I'm not saying her name, but she was in there, and then I buddied up with someone so I could just work out with her, and we were walking around, and she called her name. She's like, "Hey guys, look at me, I can do this," and we are just like, "Okay, we don't care," but she kept showing off, and then eventually she couldn't do it, or she hurt herself because she showed off. It bothers me so much because like no one cares that you can do it. Like you could just say, "Hey guys, look." You don't have to be like, "Oh my gosh, I can do it better than you." I don't know, it bothers me so much. Like I wouldn't care if you couldn't do it. I just hate when people show off. Okay, number seven is when someone's like way too close to me, like right behind me, and they step in my shoe. First of all, I mean, I sound like a jerk so far in this video. Anyway, first of all, you're way too close to me if you can pull my shoe off. And second of all, like, and they do it like four times continuously, like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, ugh. Number eight, sorry, I'm keep coughing. Number eight is when people burp and they don't say excuse me. Or they'd be like, I'm like, "What do you say?" Like, "Oh, I burped." Like, don't be annoying. Like, just have some manners. At least say, "Oh, excuse me," or "Pardon me," or something like that. Number nine kind of goes along with number eight is when people don't have manners. So one time I was at Drex Subs. It's like a sub shop. You can get subs, obviously. I was with my best friend and her sister because she just drove us there. And there's this like the manager, I think it was, or like a guy that worked there that was like hi like that. Um, he was like, "What?" Like he didn't say, "Hi, how are you? How can I help you?" We're like, "Oh," and we ordered our subs, and then we sat down, and then my friend had to go up to ask for her change, and he's like, "I'm not giving you the change," and she's like, "Excuse me, sir, why?" He's like, "Well, because you already came up here," and so we had to tell. We said, "Where's the manager?" He's like, "I'm the manager." So we literally had to tell another person that worked there to tell him to chill. Like if you don't have manners, have respect for your customers. Even if you don't work, like have respect for when you walk across the street or like when you're at school, say, "Hi, how are you?" Don't be a jerk about it. For the people that go to summer camps, like I've been going to one for 5 years and this year I'm going to a different one. So like when it's about time to go, like when all the lights are off at the cabin and like you're meant to go to bed, like you're meant to be quiet at least. You don't have to go to bed, but you're meant to like be quiet or whisper. this happened last year. So people were like screaming like at my cabin. I'm like, okay, can you please be quiet? Like they won't shut up. Like after like the counselor or the whatever you call it, like they're like, okay, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, like 5 times, and they still don't be quiet. And you ask them politely. It's so annoying because when you're trying to sleep and it's like 10 o'clock at night and they tell you to be quiet, I mean, when you tell them to be quiet and they don't, it's so annoying. Okay, number 11. Okay. So some people's nails are the perfect length. Like mine are way too short, and like I don't know, they're short. I never had long nails, but some people have really nice long nails, like decent ones, ones that aren't like poking at you. And then there's others that are so long that it bothers me so much. It's like at least cut them to a regular long nail. Like I literally don't cut mine because mine don't grow, but like if you have way too long nails that when you touch someone you're hurting them, you need to cut them. I think you people should realize that. Number 12, since it happened a lot with fast food, like this never happened not at a fast food. So for example, McDonald's. My sister, she usually orders like a cheeseburger without any onions. Like it's a pretty simple order without any onions, just a regular cheeseburger without any onions. I don't understand why that's so hard, but they seem to get it wrong every time. Or like one time, my mom, she was with us, and for some reason the workers that were there, they got it wrong completely. Like they got the wrong size of soda, different, whole completely different order. So we got free food because they got it so wrong. Like it bothers me. Like you work there, you get paid to do this. At least do it right. Okay, so this happens when like I'm at school like almost every single day. So like usually you have locker people next to you, and they're like right in front of your locker. So when trying to get in, you're like, oh excuse me, they just don't move. Like they hear you, they're like, oh they keep talking to you, and like you need to grab your stuff before the bell rings, and then you get in trouble. Well, because that person was in front of your locker. It's like literally like your locker is right next to mine. Could you get in front of yours and not in front of mine? Number 14 makes me so angry. Okay, so you know if you're at a movie theaters and usually like right before the movie starts they have previews and it says, no, turn your phone to vibrate, like put it to mute, turn your phone off. And then once the movie begins, you hear people, like hear people's phones either beep or like you hear them playing a game. It's like if you're at the movie theater, at least turn your phone off. Like it's set on this movie screen. Like it annoys me so much. It's like, is it really that hard to put your phone to vibrate or shut your phone off and watch the movie instead of having a beep all the time? And my last pet peeve, number 15, is also with camp. So summer camp is all about fun, but when there's always that one person, it doesn't have to be in your cabin. It's just that one person in camp that always complains. They're like, oh my gosh, the water's too cold, or this food's gross, or I don't like this, or my shorts are like anything. It's like we're here to have fun. You're bringing us down. Maybe you just leave because like if you didn't want to go to this camp, if you weren't ready for it, then don't go because you're ruining, like everyone is down. That happened to me 2 years ago. Like someone was always like complaining like, oh my gosh, the water's too cold. I'm like, and just every single day had over 20 complaints. I'm like, okay, you need to chill. First of all, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to make new friends, and you're not helping me. So that concludes my video. I'm sorry if I sound like a jerk or anything because I just hate everything, but these are just my top 15. That sounds like a lot. So you can go down in the comments and say I'm a horrible person, but yeah, that's the end of my video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe because I'm starting my new channel. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's it. Have a great day. Oh, and one more thing. I'm not sure when my upload schedule is. I don't really have an exact schedule. So if you're expecting a video like every day or like every other day or like every week, I'm not sure when it's going to be because I go to camp on the 3rd and I don't know when I'm going to upload my videos. So that's just the thing for you. And yeah, so bye.